Hey everyone, Anthony Iannone here, and welcome back to Making Dough podcast. So today we have a special guest, a good friend of mine, who we've become very tight over the last couple of years. Um, and it's really, I love family businesses, and this is a guy who has kept this family business going. We got Richard Pastorelli of Pastorelli Foods. So welcome, Richard.
Hey, good morning. Thank you, Anthony. How are you?
Good. How's everything on your end?
Good to see you. Yeah, we're doing well, actually. Yeah, we just finished up our 98th year at the end of April here, which we're pretty proud of, and got some good things in the pipeline coming up for our 99th, and yeah, just working to plow through. Obviously,
Awesome. So what is that at 99 years? Where does that leave you? Fourth generation?
it has been 4 generations, yes, and that I had the pleasure of having my sons down here this summer, which would make it our fifth generation, and yeah, a lot to be proud of, and very thankful for obviously what the pizza industry has brought. And yeah, just having fun still, which is all that matters.
All right. So pastorelli's based on tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato purees. Um, what's your role? Like, what's the pastorelli role in the manufacturing and the whole process? Because you're a Chicago-based company, so we know that in Chicago, for the most part, we don't grow many tomatoes. So, how did your family? Maybe we'll start with this. How did your family get into the tomato business, being a Chicago-based company?
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for asking. We at one time lived in San Jose, California, back in the 20s, and during that time, we were partners with Contadina Canning, which soon became Ganji Brothers. Then thereafter, in Santa Clara, California, and had an exclusive distribution relationship with the Ganji family here throughout the Midwest on their 6-ounce can of tomato paste, which was what was commonly used throughout households in America. Once a lot of immigrants obviously had come over from Europe to produce whatever pasta sauce or even whatever uh, dishes that they required to have tomato based products in them, and did very well in that case, which is why we ended up here. Um, Keep being that the Ganji family had California themselves, but I've been here since the late 20s, and have done a terrific job in being able to maintain uh, our market share. We're most famous for our pizza sauce, which is what we're we were the first to fully prepared can of pizza sauce. And
So your family was the first ones to can a fully prepared pizza sauce for household.
that is correct. Yes, in North America, 1952, and it's still number one today throughout most of the grocery stores here throughout the Midwest, and still very proud of it. That recipe uh, contains both oil or extra virgin olive oil and cheese, which creates an umami flavor, which a lot of individuals who aren't familiar with get wowed over. But now that we know, obviously what that flavor profile entails, we're pretty stuck on not making any changes to it, or leaving it the way that my grandfather had developed it.
Awesome. So in the process, so how do you guys today, because your line has grown, tremendously, um, what's your process and your handling of your tomatoes that carry your label?
Sure, yeah, no problem. So obviously on an annual basis, California produces most of the world's tomatoes from the largest growing region in the world in the San Joaquin Valley, and we contract with a number of growers and processors in California to help us, produce our recipes that we have, either of our own under our own label or under our customers' label. Some of which are proprietary recipes of their own, and obviously of ours. And yeah, we the growing season is from, July through September, and sometimes into October. And, during those months, we, produce either product in cans or in bags and or in drums and totes, depending on the size of the user, and, distribute those products all over the world.
So it's more than just putting your label on it. You're involved with the process of how the product is being produced for your company.
That is correct. Yes, we have a team of executive chefs that work on our behalf. That either reverse engineer existing recipes that they're currently using, or develop new recipes from scratch. And yeah, obviously, there's particular ingredients that a lot of customers are in favor of using, from flavor enhancers to IQF type ingredients versus granulated or powders or dried ingredients. And we're flexible in any of those types of ingredients that get used or need to be used, and produce on all a fresh pack uh, basis, or during the off season and on a manufactured basis.
Great. So I'm seeing a lot of your product that we're working with is in pouch. Why don't you tell us the difference or the benefits between um, packing in cans that typical chefs and pizza makers or restaurateurs are used to purchasing tomatoes in, as opposed to a pouch?
Sure. Yeah, so cans, obviously have been the norm for a long time and are most commonly used in, a smaller operator type setting. Once you get to, a larger or institutional type setting, you'll definitely see the, savings moving in from for a can to a bag. Bags can be done during the off season versus cans. And there's some cost savings there. That's once you get to above, say, 10,000 cases a year, and even if you have your own formula that you'd like to pursue, we have the ability to produce that product for you, either during the off season or during the fresh batch season.
Okay. And then during the tomato season, if somebody wants a custom sauce with fresh tomatoes, it basically has to be made during the season.
That is correct. Yes.
Otherwise, product that's made off season, what's being used typically with that?
We use concentrated tomatoes or tomato paste, and typically, we can mimic a freshly packed flavor profile pretty closely by using specific ingredients to create a fresh packed flavor profile. But yes, we do have the capability to run year round, depending on what the customer's needs are.
And I think, I mean, your family started with making a canned pizza sauce, prepared pizza sauce. Um, and I know, we've worked together with a lot. So with multi-unit operators, I think it's one of the great things that you custom blend and do a lot of sauce on custom blends. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, yeah, we can dial in just about any existing recipe out in the marketplace now to a bag type product, or even a canned product if that's preferred. But yes, we can revert.
Which I think that's great. And I think a lot of people with multi-unit or going into the franchising, they forget about the consistency. And it's nice to mix, in-house. But you typically see so many operators that have inconsistent products from one sort to another. So, I think that's where, someone like you comes in tremendous, of being able to custom blend, and then every store has the same product going in, and everybody's flavor profiles are matching, whether they're in Illinois or in Kansas City.
Very true. Yeah, very true. Yeah.
So tomatoes are, big part of it. I mean, you guys have everything from crushed tomato, to tomato purees, whole tomatoes. Um, what else does your company do? Because, your Pastorelli Foods. So what besides tomatoes do you guys do?
So we're blending, oils here every day from, canola to olive oil to, vegetable oil, with in food service and or retail sizes. And we also, do vinegars here as well, from balsamic vinegar from Italy to, red wine vinegar from New York. And yeah, no, we do that here every day as well. And have really taken pride in the quality of what those vinegars are about, and that they're made from red wine concentrate versus any sort of artificial flavoring of sorts, or like our cider vinegar is made from Michigan apples versus any sort of apple juice concentrate from overseas. So yeah, we do a great job even at on a private label level in each of those two categories here as well.
All right. Awesome. And then spice blends. You guys do a lot with spice blends.
We do some spice shakers here, yeah, for sure. And that with those we gotten into some flavor enhancers as well to give those shakers an enhanced flavor profile. And yeah, very very proud of those items we do also.
Yeah, it's a great product. So you and I originally met at Pizza Expo in Vegas. I think we're going on 4 years now. And got to, I didn't know your company. And then got to taste your product, and then realized that you guys were a Chicago-based company. And then it was like, hey, when we leave Pizza Expo, how long have you been doing Pizza Expo?
We've been doing Pizza Expo since its conception, when it first began in Florida back in the early '80s. And yeah, have been part of that show ever since. And very very impressed with where the industry has gone, since obviously social media has become so important in a lot of these pizzerias' lives. And it continues to impress us every year with obviously the pizza competitions, and or the level of detail that these operators need to be about, that create products that maybe they haven't ever thought about creating in the past.
Yeah. I mean, and Pizza Expo has just brought so much value to the pizza industry and to the world. Um, where'd you say the original Pizza Expo was?
It started out in Orlando, Florida, back in the '80s, and then I think they did a show once in New Orleans, but it's been in Vegas ever since. So yeah,
Yeah. So now they still got Vegas. They stopped the expo in Jersey, in Atlantic City. And now this year they're going to be doing another one in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio. It's going to move down there, so they're going to see how that goes for the East Coast anyway. Um, so I mean, and I mean, it just opened up the door for so many new operators to see what's going on, from products to equipment to to competition. I mean, it's really been a great uh, a great thing for the business.
yeah, I think that the Italians really brought some excitement to it back when the Neapolitan craze became a new thing. And I think now with styles like grandma, we're now seeing a new breath of fresh air brought into it from like individuals like yourself, Anthony. That's a lot of end users want to be part of.
Yeah, it's funny, you see the Italians come here, and a lot of them come in and they'll make comments about the American styles of pizza, and then all of a sudden you're following them on social media, and they're all putting out American style pizza in there. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them are putting out American style pizzerias. There's a couple of times doing Detroit style in Italy. And so I mean, I think the whole pizza world is just it's a big small world. I like to tell people, where there's so much of it, but at the end of the day, so many people are so tight And, even I don't care what anyone says, in Europe and Italy, they want to expand their horizon and see what they can do with styles that they see around the world. Um, which is just, it's great because it just keeps building and building. Um, and then it makes more and more people want to get into the business.
Yeah, and the level of detail that you continue to put into your doughs is also transpiring into, the level of detail that we put in our sauces. Like, just a few years ago, we were only using, dried spices such as granulated onion and garlic, where, today we'll use, fresh garlic and onion, which will literally give our product be a totally different flavor profile. And yeah, it's definitely evolving. And I think a lot of that has to do with, the fact that we're all SQS certified and pay a lot more attention to the level of quality of our ingredients than we used to as food companies.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing as a market grows, everybody you will see the shit to get off the pot, right? Either grow with it or you're gonna get left behind. Um, and you guys have done a great job of continuing, especially as a small family-owned company. I mean, it's one of my privileges of being able to work with someone like you, Richard, is the passion that you continue having, not being, the biggest guy, and the quality that you continue putting out there, is really what, makes me want to work with more companies like you and yours. So it's really, this is a great appreciation still from a lot of people out there.
That regime's it's awesome. And us as well, obviously. I know there's always a phone call to be had there with you directly if whoever needed to have one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
So
what else can we say? I mean, the pizza industry, I think, is about us now, and it'll forever be. And I don't think any of us ever thought it's going to become what it is today. But I think the love that we're all seeing it within it is very contagious. That's for sure.
yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, and like I said, we've talked pizza, but I mean, here at the academy, we teach pasta making and everything else. And as great as your tomatoes are for pizza, is as great as the chef likes to cook them and make their tomato sauce, their marinara sauce, their vodka sauce with your tomatoes. So we get to use your product for every aspect of what we're doing in here. So it really is, it's great. And I appreciate it. And I know a lot of people in the industry appreciate what you guys do.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. That's terrific. Yeah. We should get together soon and make some pasta. I don't think I've ever done that with you. That would be fun.
All right, that's the next step is pasta making.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Richard, I appreciate your time so much coming on here. Appreciate everything you guys do, your whole company. And we're excited to see you get into the fifth generation, put the boys to work, and let them see what the tomato business is all about. Before we sign off the Making Dough podcast, why don't you tell everybody where they can find your products and get in touch with your company?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. We're online, obviously, at pastorelli.com. And you can email me directly at richard@pastorelli.com with any questions. And, from a retail perspective, we're obviously available online in just about every retail um, outlet. But, Cisco, US Foods, obviously, PFG, all the big boys all have our product too as well. So,
It's fantastic. And then any custom blends, they'll contact you guys direct and discuss what their needs are and their looks. And then wow, it's awesome. So again, Richard, I appreciate it. I appreciate you and what you guys do. And I look forward to continuing our relationship.
thank you, Anthony. Looking forward to it as well. Thank you.
Everybody, please subscribe, like, share us. Like I like to say in all my videos, tell your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, and anybody else that you come in contact with. to follow us. And we're just trying to build the peach community, the love, the knowledge, and everything we can. So we're looking forward to seeing you on the next one.
Thank you.